Hello students, welcome to lecture series of automobile engines. In today's session, we will see in detail the classification of diesel injection systems. Fine. So let's start our video. Welcome once again students. So in last session, you have seen that there are different types of diesel injection systems. Basically, we have classified it in two systems. First is air injection, second was solid or you can say airless injection. Fine. Thereafter, we have classified it in a different form of systems like common rail system, then individual pump and nozzle system, distributor system, right? But basically these systems can be divided in two types also. One is mechanical injection, second one is electronic injections. Fine. So we will see today what are these common rail system, individual pump system and distributor system as per your syllabus. Fine. Let's start. So first you have seen that what is air injection system. Let me tell you what are the advantages of air injection. What was air injection? Here the fuel was pressurized by the we were creating pressure on the fuel by means of air. Fine. So what are the advantages of it? It provides good atomization of fuel because we are exerting pressure of air on the fuel, so it will be atomized perfectly. Fine. And heavy viscous fuel can be used. So the fuel which is having very high viscosity, it also can be used in a system because we are pushing it by the compressed air. Fine. And what are the disadvantages? Because we need compressed air, so we need air compressor also. So we need air compressor which also requires extra power and extra maintenance, and thereafter system is very bulky because air compressor is very heavy and it requires very large space. So system will be very expensive and it will be very bulky. Now what is a solid injection system, or you can say airless injection system? In this system we are injecting fuel directly to the combustion chamber without any aid of compression air, or you can say without any use of compressed air. Fine. So it is in which the fuel will not vaporize at ordinary temperature, and also the fuel supplied need to be atomized and mixed with the air. It requires the high injection pressure over 70 bar. So that pressure we will develop by types of different pumps like distributor pump, thereafter jerk pump. We are also using Bosch pump. Fine. We will see it in some of the next lectures. Fine. So basically this system also can be classified in two different types. One is mechanical injection, in which everything is working mechanically, and second one is electronic injection, in which we are using solenoids and ECUs to operate the injection system. Fine. So in mechanical there are three parts. First is common rail, second one is individual pump and nozzle, and third one is distributor type system. Fine. So let me show you first what is CRDI, or you can say common rail distribution injection or common rail direct injection. Now what this system is? So here you can see on the screen that common rail distribution ignition, it works like this. So let me show you how it works. First, what is injection system? It is actually injecting diesel inside the engine. Fine. So here you can see it is a main part, or you can say it is our common rail. So it is our accumulator or header, or you can say it is our common rail from which the fuel will go inside the injectors. Fine. So it is the fuel lines towards the injectors. Fine. So now what is happening? This is a common rail, or you can say where we are actually supplying the fuel to supply it to the individual injectors. Fine. So higher pressure relief valve is also given here. One pump is also connected with it, and it is connected with the fuel tank also. So what is happening here? The fuel tank is connected with pump. The high pressurized pump, what will do, will create extra pressure, and this pressurized fuel is now injected to the common rail. This is our common rail. This part is our common rail. Fine. So now what is happening? This part gets fuel. Now there are different injectors, and this injectors is actually connected with this. One of the injector is, see, it is shown here. So it is our fuel line, and with this fuel line this injector is actually connected. Fine. So what is now happening? In injector there is one spring also. So this is a spring which is creating an pressure on the plunger, and this plunger is actually situated between the mouth of this nozzle. So what is happening right now? This plunger is inside this mouth of nozzle, so it will not let the fuel go outside from this nozzle part. Fine. Now what is happening? Whenever we lift this plunger, it will open the hole of this nozzle, and from this the fuel will go into the combustion chamber. So the engine will be here, right? The injector is actually inserted inside the engine, right? This, and it is our combustion chamber. So what is happening here? We will supply this fuel inside this. There is one needle valve also, and there is also one connection with the lever, and it is also connected with the rocker arm and push rod. Now what is happening? Here it is cam. So whenever the cam is rotating, what is actually happening here? The cam is rotating. Now due to this rotation of cam, this follower will move up and down because it is working on the periphery of cam. Fine. So whenever this cam is going downside and whenever it will come back again upside, what is happening? This follower will go up and it will come down. Now what is happening? This follower will push this push rod. This push rod will actually push this rocker arm, and this rocker arm is actually hinged from here. So now what is happening? This lever which is connected with this arm, it will be pushed up and down so that this nozzle, or you can say this plunger part will also move up and down. Let me show you once again. This is a cam part. Fine. This cam will rotate. The follower will push or pull, so it will move up and down. It will now also move this push rod, so it will also move up and down. Now due to this hinge, if this rocker arm part will go upside, this part will go downside, and if this part go downside, it is a whole connected part. It is a single path connected. Fine. So what is happening? Whenever it goes down, it will actually close needle, and whenever it is going upside, now it will be, what it will be doing? It will lift this whole part. This part, this pin part, or you can say this needle pin or plunger pin. Fine. This needle pin will be lifted, and whenever it is lifted, all the fuel which is surrounding it, it will go from this nozzle hole towards the engine. So it is our main idea how this common rail distribution injection works. Fine. So it is a main working how it works. Fine. So let me show you a simple parts how it working. One we need a simple common rail where we are giving high pressurized fuel. Thereafter we need this fuel line in which it is connected with the injector. This injector is operated mechanically by means of this cam, and this cam is actually operated by crankshaft. So crankshaft is connected with this camshaft. This camshaft is different. The valve opening closing camshaft is also different. Fine. So this cam is actually connected with the crankshaft, or it can be connected with the distributor also. Fine. So in that case, we will operate the cam depending on the engine speed. So if the engine speed is higher, cam will rotate faster, and if engine speed is lower, cam will rotate slowly. Fine. So depending on that, cam will rotate, and so that this follower and push rod will move up and down, and it will also create up and down motion of this needle, which will be helpful to inject the nozzle inside this. But basically, what is CRDI system, that you only need to understand. CRDI is actually used in multi-cylinder engine. Fine. So what is happening here in a CRDI engine? The fuel will flow inside this common rail, and thereafter it will be given to the injectors with very high pressurized condition. So fuel will be injected directly inside the system, and it will work. Now why it is called CRDI? Because there is a common rail, or you can say common pressurized chamber between all the injectors for all the cylinders. It is not individually for each cylinder. Fine. It is common for all cylinders. So you can say it is common rail direct injection or distributor injection. So it is a common rail distribution injection. Now what is the advantages of it? So the system is very simple and it is very easy to maintain. Thereafter it can control the supply of the fuel also as per load of the speed of the engine. So why it is? Because cam that is rotating, it depends on the speed of the engine. So we can also control the injection of the fuel inside the engine. It has only one pump which is needed for the multi-cylinder engine. So for different cylinders we are not requiring different pumps. So it will actually reduce our cost also. So only we require one pump which will give pressurized fuel to that common rail, and it's then that's it. So these are the advantages of common rail distribution system. Now what are the disadvantages? So system needs accurate design, because we need to design injector, we need to connect it with the cam and follower. fine, and we need to operate according to engine speed and load. So all these parameters should be optimized, and thereafter a system need to be designed. So it is little bit complex. Thereafter there is a chance of developing leakage at a valve seat. There can be a leakage also because we are connecting fuel line directly inside the injector and it is operated mechanically. So there can be problem of leakage inside the valve seats. And injection pressure, it must be approximate 200 to 300 bar pressure. So we need to maintain this high pressure to maintain this engine in a different strokes. Fine. So these are all the advantages of CRDI and disadvantages of CRDI system. Now besides that, there is also one more system. It is called individual pump system. Now why we require this individual pump? Because in CRDI there was only one pump among all the cylinders. Fine. Now here we are providing in each cylinder there is one pump. So if it is 4 cylinders, there will be 4 pumps. If it is 6 cylinder, then it will be 6 pumps. Fine. So we are providing pump in each of the cylinders and it will be maintained according to its working. Fine. So here you can see in a figure, I have taken the figure from the book only, so you can also draw it in an exam. Fine. So here you can see it is a N1, thereafter there is N2, then N3 and N4. All these lines are actually our fuel lines. Fine. And it is connected with this pump. You can see here P1, P2, P3 and P4, and it is operated by this LNC. It is a movement of the pump, or you can say operators of the pump. Fine. And this pump is now connected with this fuel tank with a low pressurized pump. So here you can see the low pressure pump is actually given here. It will little bit higher the pressure, so it will only for getting the supply from the fuel tank and supplying to the high pressurized fuel pump. Fine. So what is happening here? Here in fuel tank, the pump is given. So it is a simple low pressurized pump. It will increase a pressure up to 3 bar, or you can say up to 2.5 bar, and thereafter it will be supplied to the individual pumps. Now what is happening? Whenever there is power stroke or whenever there is a requirement of power stroke, the injector will work. Fine. So only at that time this pump will be activated. So here you can see if in N1, or you can say if it is a number 1 cylinder, so where the injection is required. Now you all know what is firing order. Fine. There is never injection together in all the cylinders. Injection of the system only works in single cylinder at single time. Fine. So if in number 1 cylinder there is injection, the first pump will only be activated, other pump will only supply the fuel to the injectors. Injector will not open. Fine. So whenever the requirement of the injector is here, the pump will be operated, and this pump will send a fuel which is very high pressurized fuel towards the injector. Injector will be open due to that high pressure fuel which is coming inside against its spring force, and it will inject the fuel. So what is a main logic behind it, or what is the main working? Whenever the requirement whenever there is a requirement inside cylinder, then and then at that time pump will operate. So we are giving individual pump in all the cylinders. Here it is 4 cylinder, so we have given 4 pumps, and all the pump will operate individually depending on a requirement of the cylinders. Fine. So it is called individual pump system, which is totally different from the CRDI. In CRDI what we are doing? In CRDI only one pump is given. See, only high pressurized pump is given, but in this system number of pumps are given depending on number of the cylinders. So it was individual pump system. Fine. Now there is also one system, it is called distributor system. Now what is happening here? So in distributor system you can see there is one distributor block. It is similar kind of CRDI, but you can say it is actually combination of CRDI and individual pump. So what is happening? Distributor block is actually given here. The injectors are connected with all these high pressurized lines, and this high pressurized line is having the pumps which is here. So what is happening? The pumps which are given here, these all are pumps, which is these pumps are actually operated by the cam. So you can see these cams are operated, and this cam will actually operate by this plunger, and this pump will operate it. Fine. And whenever the cam comes in a position, whenever the follower comes in the position, what it will do? It will actually activate this pump, and the high pressurized fuel will be flowed inside the injector, and injection happens. So what is happening here? Here from the fuel tank the fuel is taken. Here it is as a common cam. You can see here this cam is actually main cam which is operating this individual other cams. Fine. So what is happening here? One gear drive is given. When the cam rotates, this line will also rotate and this gear will rotate. Now it is a gearing, so due to this rotation of gear, this spur gear will also rotate and it will also operate the cam. So now what is happening? This distributor block is now connected with this pressurized pump, and it is also having this pressurized individual pump also. So now what is happening? Due to this cam and by means of this control rack, because what this control rack is doing, it is actually measuring the amount of fuel which is required inside the engine. Fine. So it is our control rack. It will control the fuel inlet inside this distribution block. So what is happening? We will supply this fuel from this direction, right? This fuel will go from here and it will be now inlet inside this pump. Now this metering and pressure pump will increase its pressure. It will also measure by this control rack, and thereafter it will deliver all the fuel inside this distributor block. So now distributor block will have all the pressure of the fuel, or you can say all the fuels. Now here the individual will also work. So we can say it is combination of CRDI and individual pump. Clear? So here it is a common rail, or you can say it is common distributor, and here it is individual pumps also. So combination of both will give us perfect efficiency. So in this case both of them is given. So it is called distributed system. So let me show you once again what is happening here. From fuel tank, fuel will come. It will be supplied inside this metering and pressure pump. It will be supplied then to the distributor block with high pressurized fuel. Now this fuel will go inside this pump whenever it is required, and when this pump is operated by means of this cam, according to number of firing order, or you can say according number of stroke, it will be operated, and then it will inject high pressurized fuel inside the injector and injection happens. So it is our distributor type system. So that's it in today's session. In next session what we will do, we will cover up how this system works and what are the different parts of this system. Fine. So that's it in today's session. Just subscribe my channel also, so you will get all my videos on time. And if you have any query, you can also contact me, or you can comment in a below section, so it will be best for you. Fine. That's it in today's session. Thank you.